Welcome to the Ventura Rock Spot. My name is Pam Baumgartner, and I'm going to be your host today. The Ventura Rock Spot is a monthly program where we highlight artists in and around the 805, as well as the artists who come to the 805 to play. We have a website we want you to check out. It's VenturaRockSpot.com, and you can find out how to be a guest on the program, as well as see past episodes of Ventura Rock Spot. And before we get going, I just want to do a quick shout out to Michelle Hoover and GWCProductions for producing the show. And joining me now in another part of town is Guy Martin. Guy, how you doing?
Good. I'm good.
Good. And you're calling in from your studio, Black Couch Studios, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We are recording in the middle or at the tail end, we hope, of the pandemic. How have you been holding up?
I would say as good as can be. I'm doing well considering other people that I've heard not been doing so well, but I'm just trying to lay low like everybody and stay above the waters, you know.
You've been working though, and you're still recording music and you're still writing and producing and things like that, right?
Yes, lots of that.
You're missing going out though and being able to get those hugs and shake hands, kiss babies, stuff.
The whole lack of people interaction is just so weird.
It really is.
The best interaction I get is going to Lowe's, you know, and you go to Lowe's and you run into friends at Lowe's, and that's about it. You know, the whole live scene, you know, other than FaceTiming with my peers and guitar player friends and stuff is cool. We just, we'll just talk shop, FaceTime, video chats and stuff.
Now, have you been collaborating via those sort of venues or avenues?
It's always in the works. We talk about it. I literally just got off the phone with Johnny Main from the 44s, and we, you know, talked about his new stuff coming out, and collaboration is in the works for that too. So hopefully, you know.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a little bit of background on you. Give your background. How long have you been playing music? When was the first time you discovered that you wanted to play music?
Oh my gosh. So all we have is 30 minutes. But my friend played the guitar, and I was just like, oh, okay, there's that. Put that thought on the back burner. I'm at a house party, and there's a guitar and an amp sitting on the floor. And I know nothing about guitar, and I'm like, I'm picking that up and I'm strumming it. And so between my friend playing guitar and me being at the party with the guitar, I was like, I'm getting a guitar. So my friend kind of guided me into what to get. I got this old cheap thing from Heck Music, which was a local store back in the day here in Ventura. And, you know, from there, he showed me some rock chords. Like the first song I ever learned on guitar was Rainbow in the Dark from Dio. And it's 3 chords. Da, na, 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 na. So I was all proud of that. But I've always loved the blues. And so I was listening to people like Albert Collins and Freddie King and Albert King. But when I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan, a friend of mine showed me that one of his records, it was Couldn't Stand the Weather. And as soon as I heard Scuttlebutton on that record, I'm like, that's what I want to sound like. So I went, bought all his records, played them. I played, so at this time, I'm probably 15 and a half, 16. I'm at home about 4 or 5 hours a day playing to Stevie Ray Vaughan records and other blues, but mostly Stevie Ray and Hendrix. Is it weird to like show video on my phone? This clip is me in high school at a high school dance.
Oh my goodness.
See that?
Oh my goodness.
So right there, I'm about 16, 17 right there.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, and that guitar I'm holding is still my main guitar today. So
my goodness.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of related to my start. So being on stage for the first time was in that setting.
And where was this high school?
Ventura High.
Cougars, go Cougars.
Cougars. I was not into the school spirit thing. I wanted to be out of school so bad.
All right, so let's get into the music. Let's play one of your videos that you produced recently, and you produced this actually recently at Black Couch Studios, correct?
Yeah.
Let's roll this one, and you can tell us a little bit about it when we come out of it, okay?
Okay.
I met a new girl in the neighborhood. I'll tell you one thing, that you sure looks good to me. Come on, baby, take a walk with me. Take you places that you've never seen. Let's go, baby. Baby, won't you walk with me? And then one day, she's walked away. Left me standing, baby, there in the stray. Well, come on, baby, that ain't too cool. Leave me standing like I one of your fools. Let's go, baby. Baby, won't you walk
All right, so that was called Walk With Me. Tell me about that tune.
So Walk With Me, and this is all going to tie into that video I showed you, because Walk With Me was a song that back in the day, I had a band called The Threads in high school. That was that band you just saw in high school. And we wrote that song called Walk With Me. It was more of a, back then it was more of an aggressive rock punky thing. So I took the lyrics and redesigned it into a blues rock, real funky blues rock tune. It's, you know, it's not going to win any Grammys for a lyrical sense, but it's a cool song. It's fun to play. It's fun to jam on, and it's been around a while. So because COVID, we haven't been doing a lot of playing and interacting. So I picked that song because it's been around the longest in our little trio here. So, and it was just easy to roll into.
Okay, and who are the other two members of the trio?
Currently it's Todd Marute on bass and Pete Gallagher is on the drums.
Got it. Okay. So let's continue on with the history of Guy Martin. So we're heading into the 90s. What did you do in the 90s?
In the 90s, listen to Nirvana.
What were you doing?
In the 90s, wow. So in the 90s, we were fine-tuning our craft as a trio, doing all blues rock oriented, very Stevie Ray-ish, a lot of Jimmy. I did a lot of Stevie Ray covers.
Where were you playing?
So in the 90s, we did mostly Ventura, Santa Barbara, some LA, lots of Ventura Theater. Starting in the 90s, so at the Ventura Theater, God, we opened for, I'll go down the list based on my memory.
Okay.
There's the Jeff Healey Band, who was phenomenal when he was here with us. Slash did a thing called Slash's Blues Ball, and we opened for that. Little Feat, which was amazing. Oh my gosh. BB King. Let's see what else. I did a Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute act at the Ventura Theater in the 90s.
Okay.
That's when I was doing a lot of Stevie Ray. I did my Jimi Hendrix experience night there, which was great.
Right. And when did you evolve into doing the Hendrix thing? Because that's all I've really seen you do. I never saw the Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, that was fun. The Stevie Ray Vaughan was fun, but the Jimi Hendrix night was even like 3 levels above the Stevie Ray night, because it was a full production show, 3 background singers, you know, backstage backdrops, lighting, and it was good because I put on all the hats on that. I spearheaded all the rehearsals, all the production, all the ticket sales. I mean, it was a good gig. We made money. We filled the house. I think it was the way they set up the tables. It was full. It was about, I want to say, close to 800 people.
Wow. And you recorded that and had DVDs, right?
I did. I had multiple cameras that night, and I do have a DVD of that night, which is awesome.
I have to tell you, my father passed away a couple of years ago now, and when he passed, I have your DVD now because he had it in his collection.
Nice. Oh, that's so cool.
Hendrix, and have you ever collaborated outside of the trio? Like, have you, or is it mostly that's who you work with? And do you write, when you do your songwriting process, are they included, or do you bring it to the table? How does that work?
Well, there's 2 questions there. So as far as collaboration, I'm all about collaboration. I think it's the best thing in the world. I mean, I love jamming with other people. So when I had Thursday night, ladies night jams at the Watermark for forever, me and Lee Cook had that for 4 years. That was so cool because we got to invite people we wanted to play with. It wasn't just an open free-for-all. We got to literally handpick the people that would come and play. So it was a giant night of collaboration every Thursday night. It was so fun.
And is that how you knew Lee? Was from doing that?
I met Lee
before that.
I met Lee when he worked at he for a short time he worked at Spencer McKenzie's taco place. I think was it Spencer's back then? I can't remember. But anyway, met him through my uncle at the time. And we just hit it off immediately and just started collaborating. In fact, Lee and I did a collaboration at the Ventura Theater when we opened for Greg Allman at the Ventura Theater. That was
yeah, because I remember seeing you guys hanging out, and it was like you were like the best of buds, and I'm like, I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, he's a cool cat, and he's talented, and so we you know, the last thing we did together was that thing with Greg Allman. We did an acoustic duo and played some originals and a couple covers. It was really cool.
Well, we're going to play another video from you. I'm sorry to cut you off there. Did you have something to add there?
I thought there was another part of your question that I didn't answer.
So we talked about collaborations and then your songwriting process.
Oh, the songwriting process. The songwriting process for me has evolved. Back in the day, we used to do it as a band. Nowadays, today, it's like I'm in my studio and I write in here, and then I bring it to the table and we rehearse it and see how it sounds. And I always write music first. I'm not like a lyricist where I'm like, oh my God, these are crazy good lyrics. Let's write music to it. It's the opposite.
Okay.
Look at this music. It's crazy good. Let's write lyrics to it. That's
and do you hear it in your head before you put it down, or do you just start playing around?
All I need is a drum beat, and I can take that drum beat and then I will hear music in my head. It's just weird that way. Or if I pick up a guitar and I get a kind of a rhythmic thing going, I immediately just go on a path of creating a song from that rhythmic pattern, or even a melody. And it's all different. It changes from time to time.
Well, as an artist, it's like it comes from somewhere. Where it comes from, you don't know, but when it comes, it's magic, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like I have a creative brain. I'm just always creating something, whether it's music here in the studio, woodworking that I do, or whatever. I don't know. I think I got it from my grandfather. He was a musician. He played accordion. Accordion, and he was a serious jazz loving accordion guy. So I never got to see him play live, but that's what he did.
You're gonna have to explain that to me someday. All right, let's play the next video. Okay, tell me about that song we just played.
That is a fun, kind of straight ahead instrumental called Texan Good Time. And it's literally a Texas blues jam. And it's just fun to play. I came up with that opening riff, and then the band just came in, and it's been around. It's been in my song list for probably four years, and then we just decided to throw it out there, and it's fun to do.
Nice. Okay, so I heard a rumor from my producer here, Michelle, behind the scenes, that you actually played the anthem, the national anthem, at the Staples Center. You have to tell me the backstory on that and how that came about.
I have a friend who knew one of the top guys on the LA Clipper basketball team, and he said, "You want to do the anthem? I could probably get you the gig." I'm like, let me think about that. Okay. So I went into my studio that I had at the time back then, and I came up with a demo, submitted it, got accepted. And it was a very clean, it wasn't the Jimi Hendrix cliche anthem. It was very clean, bluesy. There was probably about 4 or 5 seconds of a Jimi Hendrix style in there. Other than that, it was my own thing, and it was really cool. And LA Clippers playing Miami Heat. So it's when Shaq was on the Heat. And the whole place was full because they wanted to come see Shaq because he was an LA guy. And it was the most crazy thing. I'm wheeling my amp out there, 18,000 people, the lights go off, center court light on me.
Oh my God.
And it's go time. They're like, and I'm just like, okay, because everybody knows the song. So if you mess up, they're going to know that you messed up. So I pulled it off.
You nailed it.
After the first 7 seconds, I was in my zone. And, I threw a bunch of fast, flashy licks in, the normal part where a singer might get really high and the crowd claps. And that's what I did on the guitar, and the crowd, I got some hoots and hollers, and it was fun. It was really cool to be on the court with Shaq, because I have photos of the whole, that whole thing taken from the stands. It's on my Facebook.
Did you get to meet the man?
No. I didn't get to meet any players. But yeah, they're too busy warming up and doing their thing.
Yeah, they're in their zone, right?
Yeah, they're in their zone. Yeah.
All right, well done. So let's talk about the studio that you're in right now. How long have you had this Black Couch Studios?
About a year, a little over a year. I bought my house strictly because of this layout. There's a whole lower level down here that could be a granny flat or like an extra quarters or something, but I turned it into a studio.
Okay. And who have you had in there?
Well,
Jaden.
Being so new, Jaden Secor was the last. Yeah, Mr. Twix. He was the last. He was the last guy in here. There was another cat by the name of Court Kellum, very talented vocalist. He's still in the process of wanting to come back in here. COVID kind of slowed things down. There's a lot of plans to get a lot of people in here, and that kind of slowed down with COVID. But I'm talking to other people about coming in, because it's I wish I could pan the camera around, but it's just got a cool vibe, and it's a great space. And I feel so blessed and fortunate to have it. And I get to live here.
And what are you looking at moving forward?
I probably have 3 records worth of music that I need to finish.
And what are you waiting for?
Well, life gets in the way. My day job gets in the way. I'm my own worst critic. I hate the way my voice sounds. Other people like it. So if I'm on a project and I'm singing, I'm like, I'll put it away for a while. Moving forward, I want to get a full record done for me. That's a huge priority for me. get my songs done on a record. And it's hard because I'm so picky about my material. I need to get an engineer here to run the board while I'm out there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
How about live music coming back?
Can't wait. Oh my gosh. I'm looking like there was a point where I got a little burnt out on the local scene here and took a break. But now that we can't really go play anywhere, I'm just itching to go play again. I want to go play. I am slated for the Ojai Blues Fest in June as the headliner.
You're confident, huh? Well, that is outdoors too, right?
It is outside, so who knows how they're going to handle it?
Right.
I don't know, but Tommy Marsh, I think, is spearheading a lot of that, I guess. So he asked me to headline. I said, okay, sure.
I guess he's coming back to visit us then, right?
He must be.
What did you actually listen to when you were a kid?
Like when you say kid, what do you mean? Like
the first time you realized that there was music?
Oh, I did listen to everything my dad did, which was Elton John, Rod Stewart, the Doobie Brothers.
And this would be the 70s.
Yeah, the 70s. So all the good shit. Sorry, you got to bleep that. Bleep. So see this shirt? This is dating me right here. This is my vibe.
It was a good year. Good year for producing babies and a good year for music.
Yeah. Good year to walk on the moon. Good year for Woodstock. Woodstock was in '69.
So you're out there, you're recording, producing, and you're playing and you're writing and you're itching to get out there and play live again. Is that summing it up?
Pretty much. Yep.
All right, so Guy, tell us, how do people find out more about you? You have a website and you have Facebook and all the social media. So how do people find out?
So for my music, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, it's Guy Martin Music. Website would be guymartin.com, and Black Couch Studio, blackcouchstudio.com. I'm everywhere in all those places.
You have a YouTube channel?
I do. Guy Martin Music on YouTube. It's not updated, but there's stuff on there. A lot of stuff of me doing Jimi Hendrix and whatnot up there. So.
Excellent. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. I want to thank you for being on the show, Guy. On behalf of Guy Martin, our producer, Michelle Hoover, and GWCProductions, OurVenturaTV, and VenturaRocks.com, I'm Pam Baumgartner. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Welcome to the Ventura Rock Spot. My name is Pam. I'll start over. Welcome to the Pam.
I didn't sport my zebra thong or my leopard Speedos, so there's still time for that.